could go. We could go. We could go. We could go. Yeah.
So how y'all feeling?
We good, though.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What's happening? Welcome to this week's episode of We Good Though by the band Water Seed. We are so happy to be here. This is episode 2 and 6. That was a horrible 6. 2
That was
and
a
6.
pretty bad 6.
2, 6.
It was close.
There, hey, there you go. So happy to be here doing our thing. We do this every week. Right now it's on Wednesdays, but we may switch the day around a little bit, and that's just how it goes out in this world. So many people have been tuning in to watch us. We are the band Water Seed. You can watch this on our Facebook page. That's Water Seed. Just search Water Seed. You can also check out the podcast. Anywhere podcasts are offered, that's We Good Though, Water Seeds podcast. And also, very shortly, you'll be able to watch us on Twitch. So we getting that straight too, and that'll be Water Seed as well. So that should be lots of fun. So we have Miss Cinese Love. What's happening, Cinese?
What happening?
Then we have Gentleman Sharp. What's going down?
Oh, man, I can't tell y'all that. I can't give y'all that information.
All right, there you go. And we have Lindsay Morgan Smith. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
And we have the guy with the purple lights in the background, the mystery shopper. What's your name?
Y'all like my ambiance that I got going on this week?
It's nice. It's
His
nice.
name is y'all. His name is y'all like my ambiance I got going on this evening. His Raheem Glassbeak.
I mean, I'm Raheem Glassbeak, but
Oh, there you go. You said it good.
Ambiance.
I didn't have to say it.
Ambiance.
I ain't have to say it. I like when you say it instead of me, because I don't like giving you no props, sir, none whatsoever. So
you gonna give me my hug? Is that right?
we are definitely happy to be here. We have some new music coming out. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. We have this new single coming out called Everything, and the cover is going to be right there. So you check out the cover. It's an amazing song. It drops on September 30th. It's going to be crazy. Make sure you go to all the places that streaming music and downloadable music. Just download it, because we don't make no money when y'all stream it. So download it, then stream it or something. I don't know. Do something like that. So that'd be great. Also, we definitely have a lot of fun stuff coming up that we're going to talk about on next week's show. But we're going to jump right into today's show with the one and only situation called CINESES Crazy Question.
CINESES Crazy Question.
What you got, Cinese?
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Is it
Did I
evening?
come
I don't know.
to-
Is it evening?
Oh,
I don't know.
good day, evening, morning, everything.
See, okay.
Anyway, so I come to you asking a question about technology.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if you could have a free chip put into your child's brain to provide knowledge in various areas? Math, science, technology. Would you guys really take the chip and do that? It's free. Would you implant that into your child's brain?
I think everybody said no as soon as you said a chip being installed into our child.
Hold up. You mean to tell me?
Speak for yourself, Dreamy.
So you mean to tell me placing a chip, and I could put whatever I want on that chip in my child's brain, and then they would have all the information with that subject?
Yes.
I got that straight?
Yes, all the
Hell no, I ain't doing that for several reasons.
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't doing that. The first reason, if I had to stumble, fall, die, flip through life, you better damn well believe they're gonna have to do it. That's all I'm saying. You better damn well believe I'm not making no damn shortcuts. I need you to do it. I need you to fall in face. I need all that. I ain't raising no crazy kids that's just like, oh, I know everything about math, but I didn't have to work for it. Do you know how hard that would be? We already living in a generation of people who are like, that's not fair. Why do I have to have this? What I should automatically get this. And I'm gonna be an accessory to the I'm good. No, you got to do everything as always.
Let me put this out there though. Like we are living in times with COVID, which has, unfairly altered how we the educational process. So kids are being shortchanged with knowledge. You don't think that a chip would help in some capacity?
Whatever.
I feel like any knowledge that they're going to learn at this age and stage, they're never going to use in life anyway. For real. Have any of y'all ever used calculus?
I have. Not directly.
I mean, I have, not necessarily calculus.
Your problem is, Raheem, you over there multiplying too much. That's your damn problem. Talk about calculus, you still dealing with multiplication. Calculus, we all be in trouble. Shoot. We be really be in trouble if you see calculus.
I was not with it when you said in the brain, but it's a two. I feel like yes, and I feel like no, because I don't want that kind of intrusion being on my child. And also, if it's free, what is the government really doing with this chip? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think conspiracy theorists in me is like going crazy, but then I'm like, all the knowledge in the world, that means you can buy me a house.
But see, the problem
to it.
The problem with that is you give people that much knowledge and they didn't have to earn it. It's like, what are you creating? Are you creating a superhero? Or are you creating an evil genius? It's like, are you going to use your powers for good or for bad? It's like, it's all your fault. It's all your fault, man.
And that's always the gamble with human beings. So, no, I don't want to give my child that kind of power over me.
He said over me.
And the truth comes out.
Wait, hold on.
That's what's the problem here.
If we're giving them all that type of knowledge, we are literally making them way, not just kind of smarter than us, way smarter than us. Absolutely not.
They're already smarter than us, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to install a chip to make them even smarter? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
So your issue is not in the invasion piece of that. It's simply you don't want them to be smarter than you. That's it.
Well, Jay, what you saying, Jay? What you saying?
I mean, I think this worked out pretty well for Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. So if we look,
he's a grown ass man. It better work out well.
I don't know where child labor laws fit in on this, but if I could take some children down to the track and have them, calculate who they think is gonna win, and daddy could put it all on black. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where the law stands on that. I mean, like, can children go into the casino with a parent? I could play some blackjack. They could calculate the probabilities. They're not looking for children to count cards.
You just trying to make profit off the poor child. That's all.
But isn't that what we're talking about?
No. CJ, you're going to create the evil genius, sir. See, what's going to happen is they're going to be like remembering all these times you made money off them, and then they're going to like hook you up in some kind of crazy way.
Hey, look, I'm trying not to fake the funk. We talking about putting a chip in a child's head. I immediately thought we were talking about money.
Look, and there's no investment; it's free.
Because we're not paying for
return.
College. Yeah,
let me give you this scenario. You put the chip in the child's head about math. You put the mathematic chip in their head. They get this amazing engineering job. When they're 55, the chip malfunctions, and then they just roll into a ball. And they're like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so dumb. So, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. And they, you know what they're gonna say? It's your fault. You put the chip in my head. You're the one. You're the reason I can't remember anything. So yeah, I'm not doing it. But hey, there you go. I think Jay and Lindsay on this one. So CINESES, what about you? You got like 30 seconds. What you doing?
Nah, I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. Just,
Okay, no
I mean,
chipping.
it's a low investment and could potentially be a high return, but you wouldn't have to worry. I just, although it's very enticing because I wouldn't have to pay like student loans or, I wouldn't have to pay for education or anything like that. It's not worth it.
It's still not
Look,
worth it, huh?
I say all that chip needs is a fob with a lock and an unlock button and a panic button, and get that to the parent.
That's too many buttons, bruh. That's too many buttons.
That's 3 buttons: lock, unlock, panic.
Because then people gonna customize it. I need a sleep button. I need a wake up button. I need a button. It's gonna be bad. I need a mute button.
Ooh,
I need a
button.
paralyzation button. I need you to sit still and done. So right. So
look, you just hit lock and you say figure it out. And since they don't know nothing because they didn't earn their knowledge, I'll learn. All right,
well,
I'll tell you what.
CINESES, you really got us on this one. So no, I'm saying no.
I thought it was. I was waiting for the other half because we always do would you rather. So I'm like, okay, put the chip in the child head, or just the chip in the child head. Cool.
All right, well,
let's make some money.
We'll table this now. We got to move on to the next subject. So coming up next, we have Lindsay's celebrity news. Right, y'all.
Lindsay's
What's up, y'all? So I hate to even say this with a smile. We lost a legend. I feel like 2020 needs to stop now, okay? Like, drop the ball. We need 2021. This past weekend, we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg, one of the most influential Supreme Court justices of all time. And I can tell you that I bawled my eyes out. Bawled.
Oh, really? Okay.
So for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on the current climate, being that she is now gone, and what we're dealing with as a result politically as a country.
So I'll go first. Look, she passed. She's a good woman from what her public life said and everything. She seems like a good person. Of course, I don't think it was a shock to anybody, as she's done a lot for women's rights and stuff like that. She's been there, 25 years or so. She was on a Supreme Court. The politics behind it, and I posted about this. It's just like Trump's going to make an announcement about her replacement on Friday and Saturday and stuff. I'm like, look, that woman got us to the finish line. There's no way we have like 45, 44 days, 42 days to the next election. There's no way he could nominate somebody that don't mean nothing. So I thank her for her service, and I just say shine on with that. Keep it moving. She did her thing, and Supreme Court justice is strange for me because I'm like, y'all don't want to retire, damn, y'all don't want to just do nothing. But anyway, that's my opinion about it. So may she rest or shine on and live to the next level. So yeah.
Yeah, I just say she definitely was a fighter, and just the hope is that that torch is still carried on, and there's women out here that are creating the legacy for what she's done, and that part is the part that I appreciate about this. I mean, it's a sad time, but it is definitely now is the time, and so I'm encouraged, and yeah, I'm more encouraged, and she was a strong, bad ace. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you say, Raheem? Raheem, are you there? Can't hear Raheem.
Y'all can't.
Well, we getting there.
Y'all can't hear me.
Now we can.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Oh, I don't know what happened. This year has been just awful when it comes to like deaths. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
But has it, or is it just that we're so sensitive because of, how we all feel? I don't know. I feel like the last few years have been just, what they've been. It's been a rough one. It's been, I don't know, and even with it, I don't want to get off subject too much, but even with, it's like, I know 2020 sucks, but the thing for me is like, and if we don't do nothing by the end of 2020, 2021 is gonna suck too. So that's just my feeling. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And just to add a little extra happy, so this is not so dark like my lipstick.
Your lipstick looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
I love it.
The Emmys happened this past weekend, and our homegirl, Zendaya, is the youngest Emmy winner to win supporting actress ever.
Oh, wow.
And she deserves every bit of that accolation. If you guys have not watched Euphoria, you definitely should.
I need to watch it.
Definitely.
I'm not a TV person.
Oh.
And of Zendaya.
Of course.
But she's great in everything.
Yes.
HBO,
Yeah, she,
you know.
Well, I'm giving a big shout out to Regina King, for Watchmen, and that was amazing. Watchmen actually won, I think, in 2 more categories: Best Supporting Actor and also Best Short Series as well. So, and big shout out to Blackish. It looks like Blackish won as well. Quite a few people won. RuPaul won.
The Emmys were black this year. They were black as hell.
And I love it.
Black.
And I love it. And I love it. And it was amazing.
And I want to say something that I didn't watch the Emmys, but there is a show that did win. It's not a black show though. Schitt's Creek.
Yes, it did.
So, and I really like that show. It's a good
so what
show.
tonight?
Dave Chappelle won as well. So big shout out to Dave for winning. Dave Chappelle won. His speech was pretty amazing. He kind of went off, but I loved it. His speech was amazing. He did his thing. Tiger King did not win. So there you go. Tiger King did not win, Raheem. Sorry to hear that, buddy. But Tiger King, Michael Jordan's documentary won.
Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Michael Jordan. Oh, The Last Dance one?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
it did.
Good. That's good stuff.
So look, with all of that in mind, I'm going to move on to our main topic, but our main topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is a very controversial film that was actually made, and it won quite a few awards, the Sundance Award and quite a few independent awards. It just hit Netflix. It's called Cuties, and before we do it, I gotta prepare for this one because I just watched it, and it was like it wasn't comfortable, so I gotta prepare for it. Gotta make sure I feel good and clean when we talk about this. Y'all go ahead, give it a second. Give it a second.
Well,
hold up, I gotta get some. I'm gonna give it a little bit more preface. Put some bubble bath right there. Hold on, I'm gonna get some soap. Got some Irish Spring soap right here. Put my little towel on.
You need to stop.
Get my loofah. Get my loofah and stuff, and hold up, I gotta get this. Let's see if it is working.
Oh my Lord.
What is this?
Put my headpiece on. So it's, so Cuties is about some 12-year-olds in France, and the star is 11-year-olds. Yeah, they are, and it's from Senegal. The main star her character is from Senegal. And man, it goes into basically they enter a dance contest. These young ladies, it's 5 young ladies, they enter a dance contest. It's kind of 4 or 5-ish young ladies, they enter a dance contest. And is billed as a coming of age movie. The reason it's been so controversial, and the reason we're talking about it is because the advertisement for it is basically 11-year-olds in short shorts and in interesting positions on the posters. I found it very interesting that the the poster that was used in France was a very cheerful poster of like 4 little girls walking down the street with glitter happening and everything. And then the American poster was basically, you know, one girl on the floor with a booty in the air and the other one on the that. So what do y'all think about it? I know we watched it. It was an assignment. Let me be honest. It was hard for me to watch. I struggled through the whole thing. And that's just me being real. And I'll tell you about that in a second. So where y'all at on Cuties?
Well, I watched it like you, y'all can hear me, right?
Yep.
I watched it like you, I actually just finished watching it not too long ago. And I want to say that I fell for the American propaganda as well because, well, not as well. I want to say that I fell for the American propaganda because at first I wasn't going to watch the movie because of the trailer, because of the pictures, because of the articles that I read. But then I read some other articles and saw the, like you said, the poster for the one that released in France, and it didn't look like the one that was given to us here in America. And there's reason for that because controversy sells in America. If they would have shown that same poster to us, this probably wouldn't even be a topic right now. I personally cringed through most of the movie. I definitely did. I will say that I cringed through most of the movie, but I believe that was the point in a sense.
Huh. Okay. What say you, Lindsay?
Oh, God.
Wait, Lindsay, I'm sorry to cut you off. Before you jump in. And especially for people, I'm just speaking because I'm from New Orleans, right? And Lou, you're from New Orleans. Jay, you're from New Orleans. P-popping. If we're going to talk about this movie, we got to talk about P-popping too.
So I'm going to put a pin in that. I'm going to put a pin in that. So Lindsay, go ahead, Lindsay.
So I, like Raheem, was very much so against watching the movie, just for very personal reasons, and outwards otherwise. And I watched the movie, and it literally was nothing about what the propaganda made it seem like it was. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some very cringy moments about the movie, but it really did invoke a lot of thought, because the fact is that little girls at a very young age, 10, 11, are being force-fed this idea of being hypersexualized and having the feeling that they need to be one way to be accepted or to be loved and seen as an equal, so to speak. And I think that the thing that concerned me the most was that this little girl, the Senegalese girl that this is about, truly just wanted to be accepted. She wanted to be loved. She was going through such a hard time at home. You know, are we like getting deep into thought with this?
You know, spoiler alert. There's no way we can talk about this without doing spoilers. So those people who haven't seen it and things that spoilers will bother them. Spoiler alert. Okay, so that means turn the thing off because we're going to talk about details.
But even thinking about the thought evoking part of the fact of what her mother was going through, that she had to see her husband that she loved and gave multiple children to. She had to, because of religious reasons, watch him marry another woman and be a participant in the entire ceremony when it wasn't what she wanted to do.
Well, it wasn't religious reasons, though. It wasn't religious because there's the part in the movie where the priest comes in and he says, "You are well within your rights to leave your husband." He's like, "But if you would like to stay, you can stay too." He gave her an option. He said, "Look, you're well within your rights to leave your husband." It's more of a cultural thing that was happening. So, and it's the part when he came and laid hands on the little girl's head or whatever and did whatever. He walked away and he was talking to the mother. And I watch everything with subtitles. So I heard, and maybe you weren't able to hear, but I was reading what he was saying to her. So, you know, he was saying, look, you can leave your husband. This is the priest saying this. You know, he's like, "You're well within your rights." And he said, "But your daughter is not possessed by demons." That's what he said. So, yeah.
I saw that part. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really sad because our children, this is not just America, this is the world. They are being faced with so many hardships, so many hard decisions. And really, all they want is love, acceptance, to feel like they are heard and seen. This little girl wasn't thinking about none of this grown stuff that she was doing until the one group of friends that paid her any attention happened to be a little grown. And it made me, it broke my heart, honestly.
So it was. So I'm going to jump in here, and oh my God, the first few moments I was like, okay, this is going to be kind of whack. This is going to be a whack movie. Da, 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 da. I was already it took me 30 minutes to convince Raheem to watch this movie today because I'd never seen it. He's like, I'm not watching it. I'm not into that. I'm not like, dude, I'm not either. But supposedly there's a other side to it. Let's just watch it and talk about it. So I watched this thing and I'm just like, man. And as it kept going, I'm like, oh my God. I was like, how could I ask the band to watch this movie? Oh, it's just, look, I struggled through the whole movie because my concept is like, who the hell was this movie made for? That's what I want to know. I know it's an independent film. I'm like, who the hell was it? Because if I had a 12-year-old daughter, we would not be watching this movie. So I'm sitting here going, who the hell is this movie? I mean, it got as deep, as her taking a picture of like her naked crotch. And I'm just like, dude, I understand that this happens, but who is this movie? It's like all the pedophiles in the world are triggered like a mother watching this. Because this thing, there were some parts, not saying it's not real life shit. I'm just saying that it was some stuff in there that was like, damn. It was like, this is over the top. And look, I have a very eclectic taste in film, but this for me, I understood the story. I watched the whole thing. I understood the freedom. I got the message and stuff, but I'm just like, who is this made for? Who is supposed to be the audience for this? That's all I want to know. I'm asking. So I don't know. Cities, what you saying? Maybe, and I was thinking maybe for women, this is going to resonate a certain way because maybe this is what they were going to. I don't know if 10, 11, 12-year-old women were sitting around watching porn. I don't know, but in this movie they did. You know what I'm saying? It kind of deal. So somebody got to clear this thing up for me. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. When I watched it, well, I tried not to really pay attention or listen to what's been going on out there, especially here in America with this film. Initially, I didn't watch it. Like I looked on Netflix and I saw it and was like, I don't know if I want to watch this, right? But then Lou was like, you guys, come on. So I went ahead, watched it, and I do understand the story. And there were parts that were uncomfortable, but it's really an uncomfortable truth. And I think that's the part that we have to realize is that this is what is going on. And I know it's not something that, especially for like 11-year-olds, and it does come off a little, it could be borderline, but this is the reality that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like when we look at technology, like when we look at the accessibility of technology and what they, more than any group in the past, that's what they're faced with, and younger. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just like, I'm glad I watched it, but I wasn't happy with what I saw. But it's just true. And then when they throw in, oh girl, Kim Kardashian's name, I was like, wow, because that has an impact on the rest of the world.
There were definitely a lot of things where it's like, okay, imagery and stuff. But see, this is the issue this is the deeper issue. And I'm going to speak of that from the American point of view. This is the deeper issue. Because on one hand, you say, and this is why I'm saying, who was the movie for? Because on one hand, a few weeks ago, we talking about, hey, WAP, da-da-da-da, why people mad about WAP? Why people mad about WAP? Da-da-da, or so that. But that's what, no matter how much we want to say, well, she should have the freedom to do it. And I still believe she had. And it's just, that's a song for adults. but that's what this movie is saying, but that's what's triggering little girls to objectify themselves and do that. So it becomes duality where it's like, well, which side of the fence you on with this? So when I say, so that's what I'm trying to figure out for myself. When I'm like, well, who was the movie made for? Because this was not a movie made for 12-year-old little girls or 11-year-old little girls. So I am conflicted in saying, man, okay, I feel like this was not made for me. You know what I'm saying? Was it made for parents of 12-year-old little girls? Who was this movie made for? You know, I get the coming of age part. I get it. I'm just like, it was a lot of stuff that was really, whoo. Raheem, you had something to say.
And Lou, that's exactly it. It was made for the parents of these children because of what I'm seeing, just like Sinise says, this generation has access to things we could have never even fathomed of having access to, you know, just right at the palm of their hands with their phones and whatnot. And it showed all of that in, like, literally in the movie. I feel like the parts that made us cringe are like that made us like go like this. That was the point. That was her point of showing it like that. That was the point of it.
I got you.
Let me ask you a question, Raheem. As a dad of a daughter, how does that make you feel?
See, that's the thing, right? Because dance is a form of expression. And again, being a father of a girl from New Orleans, at a point, she may get into bounce music because she's still a baby at this point, so I don't know what her interests will lie. But she may get into bounce music, and then am I gonna tell her she's wrong for you know, doing what is culturally acceptable?
And just piggyback on that.
I would. I would.
Back on that though, like, even if you go to some of the parades down here, culturally,
so
girl,
and I want to get to Jay's point, but I would, Raheem, this is what I would say. Your daughter is going to do that either way, anyway. Right. But I'm not going to co-sign it at a certain age. So I'm going to know. It's like I cussed when I didn't start cussing until I started going to Catholic school. My mom knew I cussed, right? But it's like it was not acceptable in front of her. You know, even though, so it's like I put it in the area of, look, okay, well, like with your daughter, I'm not telling you how to raise your daughter, but it's like, no, I don't want you bouncing your ass in my house. She's probably still going to, you know, be with her friends and do it. But the idea is like, not in front of me. When you're 18, then what, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay for parents to never agree with like stuff that's like culturally sound, to say, okay, well, you know, that's just my opinion. So, Gentleman Short, what do you say about this film?
No, Lou, because it's a slippery slope there.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know of it. No, it's I don't think.
No.
Go ahead, make your point. I want to get to Jay though. He's frozen. He's frozen.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. I'll stop here. Go ahead, Jay.
Raheem, I got the Dybbuk. I got the talking stick.
There you go, Raheem.
So, my thoughts go back several years, because even though this particular film wasn't available, this type of conversation fodder has been out there for a while. Like, I think back, this is not directly relevant, but I think y'all will see where I'm coming from. I think back to, was it JonBenet Ramsey? And whenever I would see her on the front of a magazine, I was like, why aren't we talking about how mature her presentation is? It's like, yeah, the details of the mystery is sad, but are we going to talk about the fact that this is a little girl? Like, look at these pictures. So for me, the question has always been, who do we see about this? Who do we talk to? What do we do? It's kind of, for me, it's like one thing to be appalled, but then what is the action that can be taken? Why are we taking it? So I understand that question of who is this made for, because I kind of thinking of the flip side of that same question, where it's like, who whose feet do we put to the fire? Who do we put the questions to? Who do we take to task when these types of things happen? Because there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to something going from idea to consumer. There's some steps, and what's the system of checks and balances to, like, who is the onus on along the way to say, this ain't right, I'm not gonna participate? Like, who's participating? Who's complicit? You know what I'm saying? Who do you talk to about these things? How do you clean this up? What is there to do? We know these things are happening, but what do we do? Where is the line? I've sometimes thought that diaper commercials don't have to show a completely naked child. They don't have to show them caressing the naked child. Like, we all know babies are soft. They don't need to be caressed on a commercial because it's a diaper commercial. We all know what baby soft. We all know what baby soft means. So it's like, where's the nuance? Where is the line? Because I don't have the mind of a person who is sexualizing a child. So it's like background noise until something snags me. So if someone is taking in this type of content and they're not an appalled adult saying, oh, this is overly sexualizing children, but instead they are an attracted adult who's saying, yeah, this is what I'm here for. It's not background noise to that person.
There was lots of space in this for that person to be like, triggered like a mother.
So yeah. That's why I say this goes back a long ways for me, because ever since I learned about the idea, I was a child myself, and I learned about the concept of children being sexualized. I never understood it because I'm not wired that way. So there's so much stuff out there that is white noise for the rest of us who aren't attracted to children in that way, that is just accessible for someone who is. And it's like, what do we do about that? And I to serve that point, I'm just saying, I don't need a naked baby even on a diaper commercial, because I know what a diaper is for and who is for, and you don't even have to show a child in the commercial. So I think there's a lot of stuff just kind of hanging out there, and something like this sort of puts the conversation on the table. And there's these very overt ways, but I think there are these covert ways, and it's not just happening to children, it's happening to all of us, because the plain sight of it all involves everybody.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say that for me, and Sinise, I see your hand. I'll say that for me, man, if they would have just cast young ladies just a little bit older, and I'm not saying it makes it better or worse, but I'm almost like, cast an 18-year-old that looks like 12. I hate to say it, but that's honestly just it. Like, and I know the story had to be around that early pubescent era, but I'm just saying for me, I was just like, being a former teacher, I was just like, oh my God, this is hard. This is hard to got a niece that is like, it's hard to watch this. Sinise, what you saying?
No, I kind of agree with what Jay's saying as far as the triggers, and it was uncomfortable in that way, because there are people out here who would be watching it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. So that part, I just I was uncomfortable because of that. And but I was just saying, I go back to when we were dealing with WAP, and it's still that thing where the accessibility for kids. You know what I'm saying? We can stand around talking about what we gonna do as adults, but we have to remember that we have children that are watching. and
Cardi
they
B,
can be easily
president.
influenced. Right. They can be easily influenced. And we have this bridge, this tool that bridges these things, which is technology or your phone. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
that's my own thing.
So I would say to viewers, look, it's not, the film has some knee jerk and some, not, I shouldn't say knee jerk, but clutching pearls kind of moments that were really, for me, you know, like I said, maybe if it was a little boy or something, I would identify better and say, oh, well, I get it, you know, but as a guy, for me, it was just like, oh man, this is rough. You know, it felt really heavy and rough to me. But it's a beautiful story, and it's raw, it's real. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna watch it, understand that joint is not like,
It's not easy to watch.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to watch. And the resolution I wish was bigger, but you know, if you watch the whole thing through, you get to the resolution and it's like, okay, cool, I see what happened. So moving right along, so much has happened, and I've been fighting with my sound. Let me tell you, let me ask y'all if y'all can hear this real quick. I gotta try to see. Let's see. Oh well, y'all can't hear that. Hold up. Can y'all hear that? Can you hear that? You didn't hear it?
Yes. Yes.
You heard it, Jay?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear it.
I think I figured out my lifelong issue with doing this. So I got this little thing, you know, folks getting married here, and let me take this little thing off here. So, you know, I felt kind of my shower thing. So Raheem, you all right, man? Look like you just like in a special place, like, oh Lord, this movie's too deep. And Raheem was like, I didn't want to watch this damn movie. Luke kept pushing me like, just watch the movie, bruh. Just watch the movie.
Told him for 30 minutes strong that I didn't want to watch this doggone movie. And now here I am, all messed up because I didn't watch it. And like you, Lou, I'm an educator, so I've just felt like if I'm sitting there looking at my chair, you're absolutely right, Lou. I am gonna tell Robin, don't be doing that. Don't do that in front.
And to the point is like, this is a modern day parenting issue though. We always feel like we have to make stuff acceptable. And it's like, no, there's a line and reverence that you're supposed to have for your parents. Don't do that in front of me. Even if they're doing it, you just let them know, for real.
You pay the bills.
Don't do it here. You're going to do it out in, you know, whatever. I'm just saying that's the line I would set so that they'll know, like, you know, hey, look, there's places you do and places you don't. You don't do that. You don't do that kind of stuff, you know, in front of your, you know, unless you're a certain age. You know, if you're a certain age and your parents, you're joking, you're laughing, whatever. Your parents, most of the time your parents know. But it's just kind of like, again, look, I used to cuss everybody out when I was a kid. I did not cuss in front of my mama. My mama would have knocked the crap out of me. That's what all I'm going to say. But she knew that I was getting in trouble at school for doing it, you know, but she set a line that said, but you don't do that. And still to this day, I don't cuss in front of my mama. So it's because she's like, I deserve this respect. So that's the thing. So I don't have a problem with, I'm like, man, get your, look, nah, I want to see that. Don't want to see that. Nope. So anyway, so all of this, you know, we've been talking about polyamory and doms. and doms and hitting and switching and all the rest of this stuff. You know, we've been talking our conversations in the studios. I meant to say switch hitters, but anyway, Raheem knows what I'm talking about. So why are you fanning yourself, Sineesh? You all right?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for this segment. So
well, we've been talking a lot about alternative relationships and stuff like that, but sometimes these alternative relationships go wrong. And this has come across my timeline a few times when an alternative relationship goes wrong and then somebody is not happy about it. So I'm going to play some audio for you and you're going to pick up on it. This is at an African funeral. An African funeral. I hope this works. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this sound. Let's see.
Lou Hill ruins the universe.
It turns out his wife had brought a man into the house. Please, don't you dare.
The woman. Oh my God, they fight.
She brought a man into my brother's house. She brought a man into my brother's house.
So what basically would happen, we're not showing videos anymore, but basically this is a video. And the man who died sister is like doing a eulogy, and she's like, unfortunately, his wife brought a man into the house, and immediately, I'm gonna put this video in the links in the comments, y'all. Immediately a shoe is thrown at this woman and she dodged the shoe, and then the widow, she runs up to the stage, starts strangling, and they start fighting. I wish I could show this video, but we not, because Facebook don't like that no more. So, but that's what happens. This is at the funeral, for real. So it's like a fight breaks out at the funeral. She's like, okay, you cheating on my brother, I'm gonna call you out right now. Right this, what'd you say, Raheem?
Did the brother get up to stop it?
You think he would have, like, wait, hold on. And she was, the old girl was like, not now. You're not gonna do this at this funeral. You're not gonna do this at the funeral. So they went off. It was crazy. So that I'm gonna tie that into, it's not a Lou Hill ruins everything or the universe. It's just like, not you ruining funerals. How could you ruin a funeral? They're already heavy. But it's really like, this Cardi B thing again with her and dude, what's his name, Offset, breaking up, right? So he made a comment today. She said, look, I'm just breaking up, I'm tired of argument. Then he made a comment, supposedly he'd been cheating all the time on her, but he made a comment today saying he left because he asked her to tone it down about with all the sexual energy, and he was upset about WAP. And so she refused to turn it down, and it caused arguments. That's what he said. Don't look at me like that, Lindsay. He said the WAP. What'd you say?
That boy lying. That girl left him.
Well, look, all I know is, see, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it like this: watch out for that spousal support, because I think he coming at her. He is coming at her. We was talking about that last week or 2 weeks ago. I think, because she's making more than him. He's gonna ask for something. Watch, it's gonna be in the news. It's gonna be in the news.
Some BS. If I ever heard.
What's the BS part about it?
I just want to say, no, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind.
CINESES.
No. Yeah.
He gonna try to get that WAP-A-Mony.
The WAP-A-Mony. He's gonna try to get the WAP-A-Mony.
Hey, I think you got it.
You know what would be bad? It would be bad if she gave him like wet checks, like here's your wet check.
Oh nah.
Lou ruins the universe.
Lou Hill ruins the universe.
Just put it across his face. Bat. WAP. WAP across the face. You want that check? WAP. Here's your WAP-A-Mony.
WAP-A-Mony.
God, y'all.
Stop it, y'all. Come on.
You had an A+, but then you influenced Lou.
Hey.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Got my grade.
She took your A+ because she said I messed it up.
Then you had him come back with that. So
that's all right. It's just an A now.
I got some singles for you. She gonna be like, I got some singles for you. WAP. She gonna, okay. She gonna WAP them out on her. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
all right. The lesson in the Lou Hill segment is 2 things today. It's number 1, don't let your sister-in-law speak at the funeral. That's the first thing. If you're cheating, don't let your in-laws speak at the funeral if you're cheating. That's the first thing. The second thing is watch out for that alimony, the WAP-A-Mony, because you might get some moist money. Tiffany, where you at? Hey, moist money still spends, So Tiffany, you with us today?
Moist, that triggers people.
That's moist is a trigger.
Be careful.
Oh, hey Tiffany, what's happening? How you doing? You doing good? I know we kept you late today, Tiffany. So look here. Yeah, Tiffany, you alimony, the WAP-A-Mony, you accepting any WAP-A-Monies? No, she's not doing that. Okay, well, look here. Wow. We are the band Water Seed. Stop, Lindsay. We are the band Water Seed.
Because it's so bad.
It is bad. I blame Jay.
We almost got through a whole vlog without being bad.
And see, Lindsay, what we could do is we could give people shower caps, the Water Seed WAP-A shower cap, and see that way they keep with the WAP in the no moist. Okay, went too far. Okay, so look here. So we are the band Water Seed. We're so happy because we're going into a period where we're going to do a lot of songs, releasing a lot of music, and we'll talk about that. Yep, on September 30th, we'll release the first of many, many, many singles. It's called Everything. Water Seed Everything. You can find it on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Google, whatever. Download it. We want you to download it. If you watch this, you need to download it because it's going to be amazing. If you listen and download it, it's an amazing song. Big shout out to the Super Friends production team, and also big shout out to Raj Smooth and everybody who's worked on this, and our Water Seed team Magic who helped us put this thing all together. Great images. The image you're looking at is actually shot by Ingrid Williams and styled by Tiffany Sharif. So big shout out to them. We do our episodes once a week. It comes on at 11 a.m. This one will air on Wednesday, but I think very shortly we'll move our day to Monday at 11 a.m. or whatever like that. So stay tuned for the change of when we actually move. It'll be about a week or two. So we're happy to be here. Make sure you follow us. If you're listening to the podcast, you can watch us act stupid by actually logging on to Facebook and watching us at Water Seed. Just put Water Seed in the search thing. Anybody else have anything else to say today? Any? Nobody?
Look, I think we've done enough.
Everybody's been whopped out. That's it.
We whopped.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what it's about. So, all right. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is episode number 26. And how y'all feeling?
We
good though.
Cue that music right here.
We good though. We good though. We good though. We good.